Welcome to the program. Now, the cost of living continues to soar beyond the reach of the average Nigerian, and there's a dire food crisis that requires an immediate solution. In Niger State, just yesterday, some irate youths hijacked trailers loaded with foodstuff in Suleja area, prompting security agencies to disperse them with the use of force. Now, the youths were said to have held up many trucks traveling on the Abuja to Kaduna axis. Just like this, protests are springing up gradually from one state to another over the rising cost of living and the daily increase in the cost of the dollar. The federal government has vowed to go after individuals sabotaging the nation's economy. Meanwhile, concerned supporters of President Bola Tinubu under the auspices of the NorthSouth Progressives Alliance have told him that the citizens want action from him rather than promises at this critical stage of economic hardship. The NorthSouth Progressives Alliance, in an open letter to President Tinubu, says the time for action is now, as they say they find it extremely difficult to defend his policies as results are not forthcoming 8 months after having been in power. Well, let's speak with the group that wrote that open letter to President Bola Tinubu. I'm now being joined in the studio by Alwan Hassan, who is the convener of the NorthSouth Progressives Alliance. Thank you so much, Alwan, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, in that letter, I could actually see some of President Tinubu's key supporters. I mean, you have always been supporting the All Progressives Congress, but this time around you're coming with what looks like a very harsh commentary on President Tinubu's 8 months in office. And some would want to wonder if indeed you're tired of supporting him based on economic realities.
Why do you even call it harsh, Samna? You're not supposed to call it harsh. We didn't hide. Some people will say we should have written a secret letter. So but going by the past, in the last 8 years, we've written a lot of secret letters, and we understand that the president doesn't see that. You know? So,
Your own government?
Yes. Yes, they don't give him. If we submit, they will not give him. He would never see it. We've written so many letters of issues concerning Nigerians, issues of party, issues of economy during Buhari. They don't give him. They don't give him. We see a lot of differences. In fact, directly opposite what we've written and what we're advising. You know, so by that experience, we understand that it looks as if they don't show him. So the best thing to do is, even lately, before Buhari left, at the end times of his administration, we started going to address press conference, you know, so that he would see it, you know. So it's not like we will still support him. And by doing this, we're supporting him. We're telling him that the people we came out openly, because we didn't campaign for him secretly. We openly campaigned and hit our chest for him. We are telling him that those people are calling us and complaining. We went door to doors, Sambo, door to doors, telling people that he will deliver, that he has the capacity, that this man means business. He came in with good policies, Samna. The subsidy removal, everybody campaigning for presidency in 2023 said he was going to remove subsidy. We agree 100% it should be removed. Another good policy was the dollar subsidy that he removed. It's good. We should not be subsidizing for rich people going abroad on vacations. It's a very fantastic policy, Samna. But the problem is the plans to cushion the negative effect of these policies.
Was there a plan in place? Because people are saying that
yes,
President Tinubu never even had any plan in place.
No, there are plans. There is a government document by the last government, the economic growth plan.
Economic recovery
and growth plan.
Do you think that was fashioned into the renewed hope manifesto of President Tinubu?
No, but of course renewed. But he has always told us that he's going to continue from where the past government stopped. Do you understand? These are fantastic. If you look at the document, it's a fantastic pathway to economic recovery and growth plan. The president needs to look at that. In fact, what we are saying is, our issues in Nigeria needs quick fixing. We don't have time to wait for 6 months, 12 months, 1 year. No, people are hungry today. What do we do to make people, to give people succor, to give people relief? Just the way we bought rice, we bought food, we bought everything to give people during the campaigns, we should do it now. Buy rice, go to the wards, send your party men, send us back to the wards. We'll go to the wards, collect this rice and share to people. will put your picture and say this is the renewed hope agenda. He's done something that is positive for the country's economy, but it's impacting negatively on the populace, on Nigerians, and this is what he has brought to you. But things they are saying are too theoretical. We want practical.
Well, and this is why I want to ask you this question. Has President Tinubu been demystified by governance at the federal level?
No. No, he's not.
Because it looks like he only had experience at the state level.
He's a strong man. He's not. The problem is his ambassadors, the people he has put in the cabinet to manage him and manage Nigerians. Nobody is talking to Nigerians. Every ministry in the federal government today has a social responsibility, apart from its own mandate. With what is happening today, every ministry should have a social responsibility. Tell me, how many ministers do you even know, Sambo? How many ministers? We can count them, not up to 10.
Well, you have 48 of them, and President Tinubu said that he needs a large cabinet to be able to penetrate Nigerians.
We support him on that, but when you have people without capacity manning such places, sack and reappoint.
I don't want to believe that you mean that President Tinubu had these members of his cabinet imposed on him. Is that what you're saying? Actually?
I'm saying if you make a mistake, he's human. He can make a mistake in picking ministers. But once you give them, when they came in, there was a KPI. Once you give them a KPI of 3 months and you see that nothing is happening. Sumner, how many ministers do you know? If we start talking about the ministers that are even active, how many? Every one of them is closed in his office waiting for procurement. If we start counting just a few of them, like Mr. Wale Edun, those are the ones engaging people. Wike is doing well in Abuja, you know. Matawale has overshined his big minister, but we don't know where he is. So Ayo of the youth ministry, so they are not up to 10. That beautiful lady doing investment, trade and investment, she's also engaging. Yeah. We want them to engage people. Yes, it's not just about procurement. Engage people, tell them that we need to be patient. That was why they were picked from states. So that in times like this, they should go to their people and speak to them about the president's plan.
Well, many of
them
never lived in their state when they were picked. But Alwan, as we just progress with this conversation, talk to us about President Tinubu. He said that he should not be pitied because he asked for this job.
Yes.
How come it's looking at the moment as if we really need to pity President Tinubu? And we had to see him yesterday trying to, get people like Alwan to actually, stand as a buffer between him and the Nigerian people. Shouldn't President Tinubu be moving around? He's staying too much in Aso Rock and traveling more out of the country.
So you see, something there is too much in the Aso Rock. There is too much for the person presiding over the affairs of Nigeria. So there is too much in the Aso Rock, and that is why you have a cabinet. I always say it. You have a cabinet, you have agencies. Unfortunately, Sumner, he has left people that campaign against us manning these agencies. People that never believed in us. People that gave money to the opposition. All the agency parastatals, the heads of agency and parastatal that he did not appoint, worked against us. But they are still in office, sabotaging him. If there is anybody sabotaging us and his plans and his policies, it is the people manning the agencies. So some of them, when we engage them, they will even tell us they won the elections. The Atiku won the elections, manning an agency under our government. What do you say about that?
So why is it common with the APC government? I mean, during Buhari, we had this sort of complaints.
So you see, this is the mistake. This is the mistake we don't want to repeat. We made a mistake in not coming out to speak to Buhari in forums where he would hear. So we now change the pattern. We'll speak, we'll write, we'll speak, we'll write, we'll speak, and we know that Asiwaju is somebody that watches news. People are dying. People are hungry. Sumner. People call me and start crying. I can't tell you that everything is fine.
Well, the Minister of Information just released a statement. He said it's due to economic saboteurs. Who are
these? None of but they should tell us. They are in the government. They have briefings. You have the DSS. They should tell us who are these saboteurs. Arrest them. That's why you have the police.
I thought you were almost going towards naming them yourself. In your letter, you said some of these big boys here who are in the currency business.
We're talking about commercial banks. Okay. The CBN, in its act, has the responsibility to check on the commercial banks. The president should push them to do that. He doesn't even need to push them. They're doing well. So for the first time in a very long time, we have a CBN governor and deputy governors and some directors that are new. At the same time, I think what they need to do is to listen to the institutional memory in CBN. Once they listen to people there, and they will understand and pick up from the rot that they met. You understand? It's clear that there was a rot on ground, and they seem to be shocked, you know. So, but then they need to calm down. They are leaders in that institution. They need to calm down and understand the loopholes. And you can only do that with talking with people that have the institutional memory. And
some of your members are also asking the CBN governor to consult people like a Mayfield leader. If a Mayfield
but that is a joke. No, but that's a joke. My members swear. But that's a joke. That's a joke.
Well, you and I know that the currency got stabilized for a long period of time under a Mayfield, for example. So if you're saying institutional memory, are you saying that someone like a Mayfield, I mean, whatever magic he would have done right there,
it's okay to speak to former governors of CBN. It's okay. It's very, and I'm sure.
It looks like Sanusi is the one speaking.
And I'm sure he does that. He should speak to former CBN governors. In fact, he has a wonderful coordinating minister of economy. Let him be speaking to Wale Edun. And I'm sure they're talking. These policies are not bad. They are good policies, but they have a negative effect. And every minister and every ministry has a social responsibility to take on us at this time. This is what we're saying.
And one of the criticism of your government under President Tinubu is that he's surrounded more by the Lagos boys. I mean, who he has fixed in the economic sectors of the country. People from his own region. It looks like
what are those Lagos boys you're talking about? Let me tell you.
They are everywhere.
But they are performing. But they are performing. But
if they were performing,
you're talking about Dele Alake. You're talking about Dele Alake. Dele Alake is doing wonderful. He's a great man, a journalist gone into mining. And I heard his interview last week. Fantastic guy. He has understood almost every issue in that ministry. Is that not...
Well, if they are doing well, then how come you're complaining through a letter?
Who is complaining? No. No, I'm saying a few of them are doing well. But we need those 48 actively perform.
And you are calling for a cabinet reshuffle?
Yes.
If need be.
Yes. Appoint and sack. Appoint and sack. Because they are more or less dormant. I'm asking you to, let's list out ministers that we know. They are not, nobody is seeing their activities. We are saying it's not time for them to bring up policies. It's a very short time, 5 months. But if you have a plan, you engage Nigerians.
Well, I'm not speaking for them, but could it also be that they've not been empowered? I mean, you and I know.
Do they need to be empowered after appointment? Or they have to be empowered to talk? What are you saying, Sambu?
Well,
they have to be empowered to tell Nigerians their plans? An opposition minister has overpowered a lot of ministers that we came in with. APC, Wike is doing very well. Wouldn't they be ashamed of that?
Well, some even say the sports minister too, who used to be in the PDP once. Well, as we try to round off this conversation, let's talk about one of the suggestions that you had for President Tinubu. You said that he should look at the social investment sector and the conditional cash transfer scheme and bring about some of those school feeding programs and all of that. You are saying that there's a huge chunk of money that was there, but after the suspension of the minister, Better Edu, looks like that
everything was suspended.
Dead. And everything was suspended.
Yes, Sambu. And the data from the World Bank that the governors rejected, that's a wonderful data. Over 12 million households are in that data. And it's not us, it's not the PDP. It was the World Bank in collaboration with the state governors. Yes, it wasn't us. That data taken started around 2011. It was taken in connection with the state governors.
But some of your state governors rejected it. They said they want their own data, not the World Bank.
So but they should hold on. There is a way to put their own people if they want to politicize it. There is a way to put their own people. That data, what that data needs is revalidation. Some people have died. Some have left their addresses. Some are no longer needing 5,000 naira. If you remove this, at least you take off maybe 15 or 20% of that data. They can put theirs. We can't do a fresh data of 10 million household. We can't in the next 4 years.
Well, your government spent, I think, about R1 billion to do revalidation. I thought that was what actually put Better Edu in trouble, because I mean they were giving contracts here and there out to organizations to try to work on the data actually. Alwan, talk to us about how the APC seems to be falling in terms of governance standards compared to PDP. Nigerians are beginning to measure the APC and PDP
Sambo, don't go there.
And say it looks like the APC was never prepared to get into governance.
The challenges of the APC are far, far, far different from the challenges of PDP.
And they say you created...
We had COVID. We had recessions, 3 different recessions. We had COVID in the last 8 years. And we did very well to bring people out of recession. And it was because of that COVID that we had the economic sustainability program plan. You understand? So you can't compare us with the PDP. The PDP are not, what they ran was not a government.
But Nigerians are beginning to take a look at this government. I mean, you are from the north.
Well, of course, we're 8 years.
If you go on social media, you will see where the ulamas, are talking so much, the imams and all of that, kicking against the APC-led federal government and saying that, look, President Buhari laid the foundation for Tinubu to come and even make their lives much more worse off. Aren't you worried that President Tinubu's political credentials are going down? I mean, the political currency of the APC
we do well,
and
let me tell you,
Tinubu
Sambo,
is going down
in
northern Nigeria.
Let me tell you, Sambo, they like him.
You think so?
I'm telling you, it's me that will tell you. I'm connected to the people. They like him. The only problem is the plans to cushion the effect of this hunger. But the poor people like him. I'm telling you, I'm from Kano, and I campaigned door to door for Asiwaju last year, and I knew how people were saying it is him who vote for. He won the elections. It's fair and square. They still like him. But the problem they have is, after all the hopes given, little things that are being sent to the schools, like school feeding, the 5,000 naira cash transfer has been suspended. And there is a lot of hardship in the land. Why? Because of dollar. And when you translate it to, it is our own entrepreneurs that are making things tough. But we're telling the government, come up with some policies that will break, not policies, some relief that will break this market prices.
Yeah, I mean,
when we buy rice like we did during the campaign and take it to the people, give them, let them go and sell it. If they go to the market and sell it, they will break the price of rice. Even if they are selling it, a lot of them will not sell it. People don't. I'm telling you that people are living in hardship, in hunger. They call us and they start crying.
Yeah, and they say the Muslim ticket was a scam. That's what they're saying. That APC scammed them.
Let them just say no. Let them just say APC scam. Let them not call religion, because when you think we were comfortable in the north because it was a Muslim ticket, while the Christians in the north in their churches were campaigning against us, the Muslims like the man in Gumi in Kaduna were saying Asiwaju is not even a good Muslim. This was the battle we took. It was because our people believed in us. We told them it was a lie. Well, so the last year's religions was entirely not about religion. The elections was entirely not about religion. The major part of it was APC as a party and the candidate.
Well, and the North-South, which you represent.
And the North-South, of course, yeah. We came together to tell Nigerians then under Buhari's government that the power must shift to the South, since he was a northerner that was president for 8 years. So at least we should have a president from the South. That was why we came up with the group North-South Progressive Alliance.
Interesting indeed.
But we're purely APC.
Yeah, and aren't you worried also that President Tinubu is losing grounds in the southern part of the country where he comes from? Because I mean, if you go to the southwest, you see people, when he went to Lagos Central Mosque that time, people were crying, Ibn Power, which means we are hungry.
That's the part you saw, but I saw the part where they were hailing him, Sambo.
Well, and then apart from that, you know, your state, I mean, which happens to be the political capital of Old Western Region, just Monday here, we had lots of protests. Protesters said that, look, we don't understand what is going on, which is in line with the letter you have written. And then some people are saying, well, in the south, and southeast, it's a little bit quiet. But people are worried that food is not being shipped.
Taking time.
Yeah, food is not being taken even to the south and the southeast by farmers in the north, because, for example, Niger State government says, don't ship out food out of the state.
Yes.
And which people are beginning to say it may actually have an effect. Talk to us about how government officials can have mercy more on Nigerians, because people are unable to pay hospital bills. Drugs are becoming very expensive.
And I think that's where, because you call the governor of Niger State, I think that's where governors come in. It is not just the federal, it's not just the president. The hardship in the land, the people, were over 200 million people. One person cannot man everything. There are governors and they were elected by their people. There are council chairmen, there are councillors. These things need to translate to the 3 tiers of government. And that was why we had the 3 tiers of government. The people in the state should hold their governors accountable. And those governors should, by the fear of God, know that they are to take care of their people. If we put that in mind, not APC, not PDP. What's on ground now, it's about humanity. Take care of human beings. They voted in because they had confidence in you. Take care of your people in the state. When you get these monies from Abuja, try and see that you've implemented something good. I heard Lagos State Governor talking about his plans. They have fantastic plans. Kaduna State Governor Ubasani also did his yesterday. One wonderful guy in the southeast, Governor of Enugu State. He's doing very well. These are the kind of people we want in the position of power.
All right. So just before I let you go, Alwan, in your letter you said that we believed you have the answers, the team, and the will to deliver, and
absolutely,
President Tinubu will actually deliver on his promises.
Absolutely.
What gives you that confidence?
We will deliver.
8 months when Nigerians are shouting
let me tell you,
that in the next 18 months, for example, that we could actually see something better than what we've seen.
My blood transmission tells me that Ashwaji is going to deliver. He has fantastic policies. The only thing we're waiting for is time. He has implemented them, and he should be firm on them. Remove the fuel subsidy completely, but cushion the effect. Bring out schemes that will cushion the effect to the poor. He will deliver. We will help him deliver.
Well, this letter was signed by several of you here, who I know I saw during the presidential campaign, and many of you are not in government. You've just been left outside in the cold. Are you still very strong believers?
Not everybody.
I mean, I'm seeing Oyalowo here, Abubakar Usman, Redson Tedeke, Hamida Busari, Elton Bukar, Gadai.
Hamida.
Yeah, are you still very strong?
You see, we don't see appointment as a settlement.
But that doesn't mean that you don't want appointments.
We see appointment. Let me tell you, I'll come to that. We see appointments as an opportunity to serve your people. When you see appointment as the president settling you, this is where we are. If you see appointments the way we see it as an opportunity to serve. If we're given opportunity to serve, we'll come to serve. If we're not, we already had businesses we're doing before APC. And we're doing very well. We're comfortable. We'll always give our part. The politics has already called our names. We'll be doing the politics and we'll be doing our businesses. If you have an opportunity to serve your nation, to serve your people, you always take the call. But if you don't, you still have in your own way how to help the people and help the government.
So this letter is not a call seeking for
it's never a call.
A political appointment.
It's never a call. If I want to call for a political appointment, I know where to go to. I know where to go to lobby for political appointments.
All right. Well, boss, thank you so much. Alwan Hassan is a convener of the NorthSouth Progressives Alliance, and we just hope the government actually does well for every Nigerian. I mean, we may not like the president or like his political party.
You have to like your president.
They are all in power. No, I'm not saying we may not, but of course, we have no choice than to love our country.
Yes.
And whoever is in power has to work for the people. Thank you so much for joining us to help us understand the issues. And we can only pray and hope that those who are in political authority would work for the people of this country, because that's just why you were voted into political authority.